UFC Noche, Lopes versus Silva takes place this weekend. I'm in a bit of a sour mood. I am I am upset right now. I'm not gonna elaborate, but I'm probably not gonna be, you know, too crazy in this video. But I'm just trying. But I have to get this done. Even with how horrible of a day today's been. But I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, get through it. Let me get ready here. All right. All right. Starting off with the first fight of the night, Rodrigo Cezinado versus Daniil Dolchenko. Now, I did not watch Tough this season. I didn't watch it, but I did watch these guys' fights specifically. So, um, I'm going with Daniil Dolchenko pretty clearly here. I think this is an easy pick from what I saw. Donchenko's got nasty leg kicks. He stays composed. He's very powerful. His pressure's crazy. He comes forward and doesn't stop coming. Pause. And he'll brawl with you. He will brawl with you. That's one thing about Dalio Donchenko, man. And Rodrigo Senado, he's decent, but I don't know. Nothing about him really stands out. That was the difference here. When I watched Daniil Donchenko's fights on Tough, he looked strong. He looked fast. He looked powerful. He looked really good. But then I watched Rodrigo. I'm just like, nothing really stands out. He seems basic. He seems very simple. Very simple in all his movements. So nothing really stands out. He's got decent hands. Decent grappling. Smart as well. But I got to go Dalil Donchenko here by knockout. I think he's going to get a knockout over Rodrigo here. And I'm pretty confident in it. Yeah, it's just, you know, he just looked better, in my opinion. And he looked so much better, in fact. I don't think this is going to be that close of a fight. So, yeah, Daniil Donchenko by knockout. Moving on to Montserrat Rendon versus Alice Pereira. Now, this one's a bit of a hot take for me, okay? Because I am going to go with Montserrat Rendon. Very simple as to why I'm going with her. I'm going to explain this right here. Rendon, although she has a 100% decision rate, she's never finished anyone in her entire career. She's 1-1 in the UFC, so she's got the UFC experience. She's been under the spotlight. She has been in the UFC. She has 2 fights in the UFC, 1-1. And you know, Alice Pereira. One thing about Alice Pereira, dude, is that she is super inexperienced. Every fight of hers I've watched, which is the 5 like most recent fights, she's fought in like gyms or like what looks to be like warehouses with an attendance of like 50 to 100 people. I mean, the crowds I was seeing and the places that she was fighting in, I'm like, bro, are you fighting at a high school gym or a fucking warehouse right now? There's 20 people in the back. And it's like, you know, Rendon's fought twice in the UFC, large crowds, thousands of people, millions watching on TV. Like, it's just, you know, and Rendon started, I don't know if you guys know this, but she started as a BJJ girl. She started BJJ. She started in it. And Alice Pereira, I don't know if she cannot grapple. I've seen her get taken down and held down. She doesn't do much off her back. She doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? You know, I know that Alice Pereira is going to be better on the feet, probably by a lot, because Rendon kind of has terrible stand-up, other than maybe a decent jab if you're trying to be nice. But I don't know. I find Alice Pereira hard to trust here. She just doesn't have any kind of, like, maybe if she had fought in LFA or something, or, you know, some other organization that at least has thousands of fans in attendance, but that's really my main concern. All of her fights, I was looking in the background, there's like 50 people back there. And they look like they're in like a fucking gym or a high school, or like a fucking warehouse. I can't trust that, you know what I'm saying? I know she's 19, so she's very young. She has most of her wins are by knockout. She's a rangy striker, kind of patient with her striking as well. So I do expect her to look good, very good early on. But I don't know if she finishes Rendon, and I don't see her defending the grappling as well as she wants to. So I'm gonna go with Montserrat Rendon here by decision, smothering decision with ground, with grappling. Moving on to Alessandro Costa versus Alden Correa. Now, when I first seen the name Alden Correa, I was like, this absolute nobody is getting put in here against Alessandro Costa to get slaughtered, because they want Alessandro Costa to come back with a bang. Then I started watching Alden Correa, and I'm going with Alden Correa, dude. Dude, he is incredible, dude. He's lightning fast. He's got good boxing. He's well-rounded. His takedowns are amazing. His entries are amazing. He's teammates with Joshua Van. That's an amazing teammate right now because he's an amazing prospect in the flyweight division. He's fighting for the title next. So it's great to team with. Dude, Correa is so talented. Just one thing. This is a hard debut. Alessandro Costa is a hard debut to have, but because he is good. Costa is very stocky. He can grapple. He has very powerful hands. But I gotta go with Alden Correa here, dude. What I saw in him is I saw like a Joshua Van in him. I saw a second coming of Joshua Van in him. I'm not even lying to you. The way he was throwing strikes, the way he's taking people down and just dominating them with ease, him on the regional scene genuinely looks like if you threw a top tier UFC fighter in the LFA against these guys. Like, he was blazing through these guys, no issues, throwing them down, finishing them, looking amazing, and he looks really good. And Alessandro Costa has had some very questionable performances in the UFC. I get his level of comp is better, but I don't know, dude. I really like what I see in Alden Correa, and he looks so composed. He's a smart fighter. I see him getting through Alessandro Costa here. If I'm wrong, then it's just a case of, well, I should have considered the competition a bit more, but I don't know if I'll be saying that after this, so I'm going to go with Alden Correa here. He looks amazing, dude. He looks like an absolute prospect, So, yeah. Zachary Reese versus Cedricus Dumas. I'm going Zachary Reese, easy. I don't really have to spend much time on this. Zachary Reese is just better. He's a better striker, and he's a better grappler. He's got more power. He's quicker. There's nothing Cedricus Dumas does better than Zachary Reese. There's not a single thing. Except, I guess he has a longer reach and he may be a little taller. But that's not doing that's not doing something better. So, I got Zachary Reese by a round 1 knockout in very brutal fashion. So, yeah. I think he's gonna destroy Cedricus Dumas, man. Zachary Reese has absolutely nasty body kicks. He has good hands, good timing. He's very durable. Yeah, I see him going out there and beating Cedric Dumas up. And I hate Cedric Dumas. I hate him. I think he's a absolute piece of shit. And I'm not biased here. I would pick Cedric Dumas to win a fight if I think he'd win the fight, But I don't think he wins this one. I think Zachary Reese is just absolutely levels above. Zachary Reese has true potential in the UFC middleweight division. True potential. But then again, he's also got his own flaws that prevent him from, getting too far in the division. But I got Zachary Reese, dude. I've never seen anything from Cedricus Dumas that I go, that's quite impressive. Okay. I've never done that. Every single fight of Dumas, I go, how the fuck is he in the UFC? And I think the reason he's in the UFC is because they want a hateable can to throw at people to eat through. That's what Dumas is for the UFC. The UFC knows that everybody hates him. They know that he sucks. And they know that they can throw him to any prospect that they want to get a nice, easy win and score good guy points against. So, Zachary Reese is going to get that layup. He's getting this layup. He's going to eat through Cedricus Dumas in a round, and people are going to be back on the Zachary Reese hype train going forward. Moving on. Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Guru. I'm gonna go with Jesus Aguilar here, because listen, Luis Guru can be taken down, and he's hard but not impossible to control once he's there. He's got good hands, but he was slept in a round by Ode Osborne. Was it the first round or the second round? It was either. But he was slept badly by Ode Osborne. Jesus Aguilar has been putting together some really good performances here, other than his last fight against, who did he lose to? Estevan, right? Estevan is really good, so I think he would also beat Luis Guru. So, and Jesus Aguilar is so nasty. That overhand KO immediately into the fight, and he has like a few nasty guillotines. I've seen Luis Guru put in a few guillotines and some other submissions. I think Jesus finishes from. I will say though, Luis Guru, the way he throws head kicks, I will admit this right here, right now. Luis is primed for a clean highlight reel head kick knockout at some point in his UFC career. I just don't think it's going to be this one. But do not be surprised if at some point in Luis's UFC career, he has a devastating knockout of the year contender head kick knockout. Because the way he throws head kicks, he flicks them up fast and effortlessly, and they look powerful. So he could catch Jesus with it, but I just don't see it being this fight. Jesus Aguilar he's a bit too experienced and good, I think. So, yeah. Jesus Aguilar I got. He's good on the feet, good on the ground, durable, powerful. He's just... Jesus Aguilar, there's nothing he doesn't have, But he's still pretty beatable, which is a little weird. But I'm taking Jesus Aguilar here over Luis Guru, Although losing to Ode Osborne these days don't seem that bad since he just went to a very close fight with Steve Erceg. But, moving on. Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. Now, you guys, I'm always tempted to go for an Amanda Lemos underdog. I am always tempted to go for an Amanda Lemos underdog. But I just don't think I can do it here. Amanda Lemos is so dangerous on the feet. She's very powerful. She's very fast. She's very athletic, very elusive on the feet. She's got a lot on the feet. The issue is the grappling. Now, she can grapple. Amanda Lemos can grapple. We've seen it. She won her last fight with grappling. But there's just a difference in the grappling of every woman in the UFC and Tatiana Suarez. Tatiana Suarez is arguably the best offensive grappler that women's MMA has ever seen. I know she lost to Zhang Weili, but that's because Zhang Weili was just way too well-rounded, strong, and her defensive grappling was on point. Tatiana Suarez has much better offensive grappling than Weili Zhang, but the defensive grappling was too good. Now, Amanda Lemos was grappled very easily by Weili Zhang, very easily by Verna Jandiroba, and I think that Tatiana Suarez is a better offensive grappler than both of those women. She's just better, I know American wrestling is down in the dumps, but I don't think Amanda Lemos has the grappling to defend it. So I am going to go with Tatiana Suarez here. I hope I'm wrong because I like Amanda Lemos. I would like to see her succeed. I'm a fan of Amanda Lemos. Not that I'm not of Tatiana Suarez, but, But I got to go Tatiana Suarez here, man. I just think Amanda Lemos is too grappleable when the opponents are high-level grapplers. So, yeah. Moving on. I'm going to go with Tatiana Suarez by... Do I go submission? Nah, she's very hard to submit. Jessica Andrade did it, though. Dude, Jessica Andrade submitted her? I might have to go submission. I'm gonna go submission because I think Tatiana Suarez is gonna be on a mission to come back after her very first loss. I think we're gonna see a different Tatiana Suarez. I'm gonna go Tatiana Suarez by submission. Moving on to Claudia Puelles versus Joaquim Silva. I'm going Joaquim Silva. I just am. Claudia Puelles doesn't know how to throw hands. He doesn't know how to strike. He's got no power. He's a jiu-jitsu guy and a jiu-jitsu guy only. If his jiu-jitsu doesn't work, he simply cowers and loses. His fight against Dan Hooker, one of the most embarrassing losses I've ever witnessed live. Joaquim Silva is strong. He is powerful. He is well-rounded. He rocked Arman Tsarukyan very, very, very badly. He rocked him. Claudio Puelles has never rocked a thing in his entire life. He has never put any kind of harm on another human being outside of a leg lock. And leg locks don't work often in MMA anymore, especially at the high level. So, if you're gonna ask me, hey, do you think that Claudio Puelles is gonna roll a leg lock on Joaquim Silva and submit him? I'm gonna say no. And that is the only way Claudio Puelles can win. The only way. Unless he proves me otherwise. So I'm going Joaquim Silva, but to win by knockout here. Too good on the feet, too strong, too big, too well-rounded. I think he will defend the grappling well and the leg locks well, and that's all I got to say, really. Claudio Puelles has one danger, and it's a leg lock. Outside of that, if you can isolate that, I mean, you might have a better chance of losing to a punching bag in the gym, you know? So, Joaquim Silva, knockout. Jose Daniel Medina versus Dusko Todorovic. I'm going to go with Dusko Todorovic. Oh, shit. I'm going to go with Dusko Todorovic. Because, listen, I don't mean to use MMA math, but it's just an observation. They both fought Zachary Reese. Dusko did way better against Zachary Reese. He had some level of success. Some level. He got takedowns. He got control. He landed some shots. He lost, but he was in there the whole time. Jose Daniel Medina simply does nothing. He sits back and taunts at you while you beat his ass. Zachary Reese was landing 20 flush body kicks, and Jose Medina was beckoning. Come on. Who's the last guy he just fought? The fucking Francis Ngannou guy. The Francis Ngannou guy. His name was literally just in my head. Adeba Gutierrez. Yes, yeah. He fought Adeba Gutierrez, and Adeba Gutierrez was literally landing hard shots. Jose Medina, not only was he not moving his head, not only was he not blocking, not only was he not trying to shoot takedowns, he was taunting after getting cracked. He was taunting. That's what he does. He just takes shots and taunts. He doesn't ever attempt to offensively fight. And just by that alone, I just can't take him to win this, because Dusko Todorovic will attempt to offensively fight. And Dusko Todorovic he's physically strong. He can grapple. He can strike a little bit. He's bigger than Medina physically. He slows down a lot. He does slow down. But it's only 3 rounds, so I don't see that being too much of a problem. Jose Medina, 0 offense. Tough as nails. Don't get me wrong, but being tough doesn't win you fights. And, I'm not saying he can't do damage. I'm saying that he won't do damage. He actively chooses to not do anything. So, Dusko Todorovic by decision, just by being the only one throwing anything with any kind of conviction. Moving on, Alexander Hernandez versus Carlos Diego Ferreira. I'm going Diego Ferreira here. Come on. I know I picked against Alexander Hernandez. I picked Chase Hooper, but that was just me believing in Chase Hooper. Diego Ferreira simply just beats Alexander Hernandez, because Ferreira beats Chase Hooper. Diego Ferreira is a bit older, but man, he's just good. He's an underdog too, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna actually take him as my underdog of the week. I got my underdog of the week correct last weekend with Nasruddin Imavov. But yeah, I'm going Diego Ferreira here. He's good, man. He is really good. He slept Michael Johnson. Diego Ferreira lost his last fight. Who was his last fight? Grant Dawson. Yeah. Dude, a lot of people lose to Grant Dawson. It's that simple. Grant Dawson's really good. But dude, he fucking beat didn't he finish what's his name? Mateus Rebecki? Oh yeah. I'm going Diego Ferreira here. Alexander Hernandez don't really got much for Carlos Diego Ferreira here, in my opinion. He's very well rounded. He's really good at winning, you know. Beat Mateus Rebecki. Amazing win right now. Lost to Grant Dawson. That's not a bad loss. Alexander Hernandez, he beat Chase Hooper, you know. Lost to Billy Quarantino. If you lose to Billy Quarantino, I can't pick you to beat Carlos Diego Ferreira. So he's very powerful on the feet. He's got grappling offensively and defensively. Powerful hands. Diego's got it, man. Moving on to the main card. Santiago Luna versus Quang Lee. I'll fight back so many yawns right now. I'm going Santiago Luna, dude. He's a national wrestling champion. He's well-rounded. He's got some hands as well as being a national wrestling champion. He's undefeated with a 100% finish rate, knockouts and submissions. He's good, man. And I know that Quang Lee is good too. He likes to grapple. He looked really good in his last fight against who did he just beat? He beat Gaston Bolaños. Dude's an absolute nobody. But then he got KO'd badly by Zhao Long. And I think Santiago Luna, dude, I watched his fights, man. I'm like, I believe in this guy, man. He's very quick. He's, you know, well-rounded, 100% finish rate. He's undefeated for a reason, clearly. And I know Quang Lee's best success comes when he grapples, and I just don't know if I see him wrestling a national wrestling champion like this. So, and I like Luna on the feet. I like Kang on the feet too. He was stinging Zhao Long with some shots, and Zhao Long is a dangerous striker. But I gotta go with Santiago Luna, you know, because he's very technical and he's very good at everything he does. So, Santiago Luna's got it, in my opinion, by decision. Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. I'm gonna go with Dustin Stoltzfus here by submission, dude. Kelvin Gastelum is. We all know who Kelvin Gastelum is. He's a legend, man. Potentially future Hall of Famer. He has fought the best of the best. Fought Adesanya. Fought Whitaker. Fought Cannonier. Didn't he fight Yoel Romero too? I mean, this dude, bro, he fought Chris Weidman, didn't he? Maybe I'm tripping. But dude, I'm telling you, dude, Kelvin Gastelum has fought them all. But he loses when he goes up against, you know, good up-and-comers. And I think that Dustin Stoltzfus is really good. Dustin can wrestle really well. Did you guys see his fight against Marc-Andre Barriault? He dominated him with the grappling, got up to the feet, and flatlined Marc-Andre Barriault. He's powerful in the hands. He's well-rounded. He can be KO'd. He can. But I just don't know if I see Kelvin Gastelum, you know, finding that chin. Now, I know that 16-7 really isn't a good record. But, you know, you have to think about it like, I don't know. I think Dustin Stoltzfus is one of those guys that his record doesn't really represent who Dustin Stoltzfus is and his skill set. I know he got KO'd like immediately against Abu Smagomedov, and I know that is a bad look because Abu Smagomedov is not great. But you know, I guess Abu has been consistently a a round one winner. He usually wins round one, even if he wins or loses. So, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Kelvin Gastelum can be submitted. He's been submitted before, and you know, it did take Sean Brady 2-3 rounds to submit him. So there could be something there, but you know, I gotta go with Dustin Stoltzfus, man. I believe in the grappling. Didn't he drop Nursultan Ruzaboev and almost submit him with a mounted guillotine as well? I'm sorry, but I think that Dustin Stoltzfus is gonna submit Kelvin Gastelum, man. You know, he has shown me that he is really good, and I think that he's an underdog too. There's a lot of good underdog of the week options here, honestly. But I think I'm gonna go with Dustin Stoltzfus here by submission, man. Round 1. Moving on to Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon. You gotta go Jared Gordon here, man. Jared Gordon is good, man. He really is. And it's like, I know, dude, Rafa Garcia is a grappler, right? That's his discipline. That's what he's good at. That's what he does. He's not going to outstrike Jared Gordon. Rafa Garcia is not a great striker. He's a grappler. But here's the thing, guys. Jared Gordon trains with 2-time NCAA and 4-time All-American champion Jordan Oliver. Jordan Oliver is an absolute wizard on the mat. He is a beast. He is a monster. He's one of the better wrestlers to ever come out of what's the school he went to? I don't remember at this moment, but that doesn't really matter. And Jared Gordon's fight against Marco Madsen is really good for this fight, because Marco Madsen, if you guys don't know about Marco Madsen, he's not a great MMA fighter, but he, again, is also an incredible grappler, dude. He's a wrestler of the highest order. He has like over 3,000 wrestling matches total. That is fucking unbelievable. That is a lot. That is 2 times what most wrestlers get in their lifetime. Marco Madsen is a good wrestler. He's got multiple experience. And Jared Gordon was doing well in the clinch. I think he even defended a takedown or two. Maybe even a few. And then he slipped Marco Madsen. But then again, Marco Madsen is not a great MMA fighter. You know, he's a wrestler. But then again, Jared Gordon arguably beat Paddy Pimblett. Guys. Jared Gordon arguably beat Paddy Pimblett. And he absolutely slept Moises out cold as well in his last fight. It's like he's putting on performance after performance after performance. And some people thought he beat Nasrat Haqparast. I don't remember that fight all too well, and I didn't rewatch it, so I really can't take a take on that. But a lot of people, most people, think that he beat Nasrat Haqparast as well, which is a really good win. And Rafa Garcia is coming off of a loss, right? No, he's coming off of a win. Who did he just beat? Isn't that pink guy, Pinch? Yeah, Pitchell. Yeah. Whatever his name is. Yeah. But he did lose to Grant Dawson as well. Which, again, Grant Dawson is not a bad loss. It's not a bad loss. But I think Jared Gordon is really coming into his own. I think he's really starting to have the best performances of his career after a few stinkers. But he's starting to really, get up there, man. Don't he also, train with Bilal Muhammad as well? I hate Bilal Muhammad. I don't think he's that good. But, I mean, it's a good training partner to have, tough mentality. Former champion. Can't really go wrong with that, I got Jared Gordon, man. I'm sorry. I think Jared Gordon is levels above Rafa Garcia. Dude, he can defend the grappling, dude. It's as simple as this. Jared Gordon is easily the better striker here, and he can defend the grappling. He just really can, so, yeah. Moving on to the co-main event. Rob Font versus David Martinez. What the fuck has David Martinez done to warrant a Rob Font matchup? And why is Rob Font taking these? This is so absolutely disrespectful to Rob Font. It's unbelievable. He just fought a guy who didn't deserve to fight him. What's his name? That young kid, Gene Matsumoto. Gene didn't deserve to fight Rob Font. Like, he just didn't, you know? By the way, I'm going with Rob Font. I'm picking Rob Font here because David Martinez hasn't done anything. I get it. David Martinez is good. He's a scary striker. He's quick, powerful, dangerous, you know, and he's well-rounded. But you throw these young, very talented guys at Rob Font too early, and Rob Font just checks them. You're not ready for this, David Martinez. I'm Rob Font. You're not ready for this level. Look at this, 22-8, 12-1. He's just not ready. He's just not ready. You throw these guys at... They keep throwing these guys at Rob Font too early. They threw Adrian Yanez at him too early. They threw G Matsumoto at him too early. You know? Every loss that Rob Font has had, Jose Aldo, Davidson Figueiredo, Chito Vera, all of these losses are people that are experienced, have been around, and have been at the top. That is not David Martinez, you know? Rob Font, his boxing is too good to just be thrown in there too early. So, I got Rob Font here by a decision, 2-1 decision, split decision, because I can see them. Dude, I'm telling you, if this is in any way close, they're going to try to give it to David Martinez. So I can see a split decision here that should be unanimous. That's what I see here. But Rob Font, I get it. Rob Font's not a great grappler, and he can be easily taken down and controlled, but I just don't know if David Martinez is ready yet. It just comes down to that. I just don't think he's ready yet. He can beat Rob Font in the future. Fine, you know, in a few years when Rob is on the tail end of his career and he's going down. But not right now. Not right now. I'm going Rob Font here. Moving on to the main event. Diego Lopes versus Gene Silva. Oh. I think there is a section in every video that I take off my glasses. I don't know why I always do it. I'm going to just be honest with you guys, dude. I don't know. I think both of these guys are incredible. And I've been going back. I haven't been going back and forth, though. I have picked Gene Silva since the day this fight got announced. I am only right now considering a Diego Lopes pick. Diego Lopes is not Bryce Mitchell. Diego Lopes is not fucking Milsic Bogdasarian. Diego Lopes is better than these guys. But the way that Diego Lopes just crashes in, man, I could so see John Silva just ripping a counter shot as Diego Lopes tries to crash in like he does. But, man, I think it would be... I think that John Silva is too focused, man. He watched two of his teammates lose in the very last card, man. He doesn't want to follow in their footsteps, man. I'm taking John Silva. Official pick. I'm taking John Silva. I think that John Silva is a better striker, technically. I think he's got more power. I think he has more fight IQ. I think Diego Lopes is a better grappler, but not by too much. Diego Lopes is a great striker himself, and he's very dangerous. But on a technicality level, Diego Lopes I just don't think is on John Silva's level. John Silva, every single fight without fail, literally every single fight in the UFC, he has landed the same combo, and it has at least knocked down every opponent. It's that left hook, left hook straight right? Dude, it has dropped Bryce Mitchell, Charles Jourdain, what's his name, Wilson? something Wilson. He KO'd Bob Desarian with it. He landed on Drew Dober, like, you know. I don't know, man. I got John Silva, you know. I think it also comes to the fact that I think John Silva is a literal psychopath. Like, I'm not saying that in a way of being like, oh, this guy is a psychopath. He's dangerous in the octagon. Like, I literally think that John Silva is a psychopath. And I think that if they ran tests on him, he would be fit to be in an insane asylum. I do truly think that. John Silva has been through a lot. He watched his mother get, you know, I don't know if YouTube will let me say it. You know, he watched his mother get very, very wronged. And then he watched his mother kill the men that just did that to her, put her in prison, and then he watched his brother, I don't know if he watched his brother die, but then his brother got murdered. And I even think he had a miscarriage as well or something. Like, he's really been through a lot, and he's seen a lot, and he has been very open about his mental struggles. I think he is not all the way okay in the head, and he cries a lot, you know? Cries a lot. And I'm not saying that because of those he's not beatable in the ring, but I do think that in some way being like that can aid you in a cage fight, because he's not afraid to get hit. He's not afraid to go into the fire. You know, I don't see John Silva is just, I don't see any shot putting him down or out. I don't see him tapping out to a submission. It's just hard to see ways in which John Silva can lose. And I can see a lot of ways that Diego Lopes can lose. Not a lot, but he can be outpointed. I don't know if he can be finished, though. I don't know, dude. I think if it really comes down to it, if they've been in a war, which I think this fight will be, if they've got into a war and they're fighting back and forth, and one of them has to crack under the pressure, I see it being Diego Lopes. And the thing that man, hold on. I was making a video real quick. I don't know, man. I know you guys seen that picture of John Silva at the press conference holding a globe to Bryce Mitchell, laughing at it, pointing at it, being all loud and eccentric, and Diego Lopes is sitting there with his cowboy hat on, with the shade blocking his like eyes so you can't really see him. It's a hard ass picture, and you know, Diego Lopes is he's not very, how do I say this? He's not very, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm trying to over-explain this fight. I'm going with John Silva. I think he is psychotic, and I think it helps him. And I think he truly enjoys, I think John Silva enjoys putting beatings on people in a different way. Like, a psychotic way, like it kind of makes him, I wouldn't be surprised if beating people up makes him like aroused. Like, I'm gonna be honest, John Silva strikes me as that kind of guy that gets off on like violently hurting other human beings. And that feels really weird to say, but does he not strike you as that kind of guy? Diego Lopes is, he's not like that. I think he is a genuine human being. He's kind. He's very nice. He's sweet in every interaction I've seen him with. You know, he's very cordial. John Silva's kind of an asshole as well. Like, he's kind of a little dickhead. You know? He's annoying to other fighters. He won't leave Bryce Mitchell alone. He won't leave Charles Jourdain alone. He FaceTimes him like every night. Like I said, he's psychotic. He literally FaceTimes Charles Jourdain like every night since he KO'd him. And he won't leave Bryce Mitchell alone. He just likes to bully people. And I think it's just because he's fucked up, dude. And I don't see him getting hit with anything that makes him slow down. You know, the harder you hit Gene Silva, probably fucking likes it, dude. It's a weird thing with John Silva, man, you know? But I'm gonna go with John Silva. By knockout, fuck it. He's getting Diego Lopes out of there. He hits harder than Volk. John Silva is not as good as Volk, but he hits harder. He can find the shot. He will find the shot. It's just who he is, you know? That's going to wrap this video up. It's been 40 minutes. Dude, I just looked down and I thought I wasn't recording this whole time. Oh, my heart dropped. John Silva's got it. By knockout, I'm going with. Damn, my camera's been too big the entire video. Fuck, dude. All right. That's going to wrap this video up. I'm excited for this card. I'm really excited for it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you disagree with anything, if you want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Debate me, I guess. I'm always in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Bye.